Hey folks, so I have decided today's the day that I gotta clean that up, put that in there. I don't feel like it, but it's gotta be done. So I just came from Hardware. I got everything I think I'm gonna need, I hope. Problem is I couldn't find this exact bolt, but this one is the same thing. It's just a little bit longer, so if I have to double up on the washers, then so be it. And because I'm going to be working with wire wheels again, I got me some real goggles. Unfortunately, these ones are not vented. I did notice that before I bought them, because usually they've got like slots on the side for venting. I don't know. I thought I just dropped a screw on the floor, but I don't see it anywhere. I don't know why this is still sitting here. This is from an old hard drive I took apart as it quit working. It turned out it was just this SATA to USB converter that actually stopped working. I got an adapter on it and it's working fine still, so thankfully, because that's one of the newer ones. So like I say, I'm going to be working with a wire wheel. Most of the time, I'm happy with just my glasses for protection. They've never been a problem. But last time I did my cleanup for painting, I did have a couple wires hit me in the face right beside my glasses. So I'm a little bit, leery about doing that. So I haven't had these in a long time. I don't like wearing these because most of the time I'm working out here where it's hot and they get really super sweaty. So that's the main thing I looked for. Okay, there's no vents on this. They're going to be hot. But it's not super hot in here just yet. So it shouldn't be too much of an issue. So, but I gotta get this done. I have to get this done. So I have decided that I am going to get something painted today. Or at least cleaned up and ready to paint. Ready for the coat of primer. We'll see what happens. I guess I gotta close that door because if I don't, one of the dogs is gonna come in. The black one likes to come inside. I don't know why. He's not as much of an outdoor dog as the other one. The other one, he lays in the sun. He'll lay in the sun all day. It doesn't bother him. The black dog, he's more of a snow dog. He loves the snow. I guess that's it. I'm just going to sit and relax for a minute or two, and then I'm going to get my camera set up. I'll record this. I'll just show it in high speed because it'll take a while. It'll be a really long video if I do it actual speed. So I'm going to take me a break first and then get started. Okay, so got everything set up. I got the lights pointed. I still got to tweak a little bit because I don't know. I haven't turned the camera. Trip over the tripod here. I haven't got the camera set up yet, so it's not aimed properly at the other lights. I got lots of light. I'm gonna start with the flap disc and just smooth off everything that I can reach with it, and then I'll switch to the drill with the wire wheel. I guess I gotta get them out. I'll switch to that and get into the little parts that I can't reach with the big disc. So I'll get that all cleaned up. And I'll probably end up taking a break, and then I'll clean that up. Oh, excuse me. As best I can. And then I'll... Oh, excuse me. Holy smokes. The GERD's not being good to me today. I'm not going to use the microphone. I'm not going to bother hooking it up. Oh. So if I need to talk, I'll just grab this camera and speak. And I got my timer. So if you see me kind of leave the scene for a minute and come back, and then the camera will change, as I gotta record 15 minutes at a time. And it's gonna take me longer than 15 minutes. So I'm not gonna use my goggles right away when I'm using the flap disc. I'm gonna wait because I don't want to sweat yet. I don't really need them. I'm perfectly fine with these glasses for using the flap disc. It's just once I switch to don't even know where they are. There they are. Once I switch to these, then I thought I had more than that. Oh, there's that one. Okay, they're just hiding in the back. Once I switch to these, they tend to throw the little wires. So that's when I'll put the goggles on when I'm doing that. So it's gonna take everything I've got. I know that already. But like I say, if I'm going to talk, I'll just grab this camera. If there's something I want to talk about or explain or something, or show the progress, whatever, I'll just grab this camera. Okay, I gotta take a break. I actually finished this with 23 seconds left on the clock. So, that's about all I can get with the flap disc. I gotta switch to the wire wheel now. But I've noticed a few things. First of all, like I told you before, when I'm ready to paint this, I don't want to just clean it off and then come back the next day. Because where I ground off my welds, it's been 2 days, 3 days, 3 days I think, maybe 4, and there's already rust forming on there. So I've done pretty much all I've done. And another thing, I gotta get this part. I forgot that part. Another thing I've noticed is a lot of my old paint is still good. So I don't really need to take that part off. That I'll get to because there's bubbles in it, but there's a lot of places where there's no bubbles, not coming off or anything. And these curved pieces are really hard to get in because when they curve the metal, it bows in on the outside edge. It's really hard to get in there, so I got to get the wire wheel in there. And I noticed, ow! I just hit the trailer hitch on the monster. Ow, that hurt. So if you notice, this is supposed to be like straight up and down. This one tab is bent. This tab is bent. I have no idea how that... I don't remember dropping this at any time. But obviously it's been dropped because, you know, that's thick steel. And it's bent pretty good. But this doesn't matter anyways, because this is only for the brake. If I have an actual physical brake on the monster, like a hand brake, that's what this is for. And I don't have that, so... It doesn't matter if it's bent anyway, so I don't even need to bend that back. So, I'm going to take me a break, then I'm going to switch to the wire wheel and the drill and continue. And then, I don't know. I guess maybe I should take the flap disc to that first. Because that's going to be really difficult to do with... Okay, that's just paint. It's kind of right. I thought that was the weld. I'm thinking, because this is the main part that the monster hinges into. Now, maybe I'll take the flap disc to that first. Before I take it off. I don't think I'm going to record that. I'm just going to lay on the ground here. I can't really tell what the rust looks like underneath. It's too dark. I see a stick sticking out of the frame. But I'm going to find my rope. I'm going to kind of pull this up out of the way. Tie it to my trailer hitch, I guess. A bungee cord will probably work. Just so it's out of the way. And then I'm going to lay down and try to do what I can with the disc. Oh! Before I reset the timer and start the camera up again. Guess I should do that now. Okay, so I got that. Guess I should show you. I got it sort of somewhat cleaned up. I gotta finish with the wire wheel. The problem is, I don't know how well you can see, but, well, I guess you can see quite well. I just created a huge cloud of rust dust, so it's definitely time to take a break. I gotta go up to Home Hardware again. I was gonna grab something from Martin. I completely forgot, so I gotta go do that and give this place a chance to clean out. Oh, he closed the door. I have to open that again. I'll go up to Home Hardware again and then finish when I come back. A little bit noisy. I bet if I put a hula hoop on there, it would keep spinning. Oh, I just got back, and oh look, it's nice and clear in here again. That was crazy. So I'm a little bit concerned now because I've noticed the last few times I've taken the Celebrity out, the batteries seem to be draining fast. And I plugged it in when I got back, and it's been a little while. They're only 35 amp hour batteries. They're not very big, or 30 amp or 25 or something. I don't remember, but they're pretty small. But they, especially in temperatures like this, they should last a long time, right? The whole time. Like, I'm not driving a big route, but it's the amount of time I had it plugged in. I just went straight to Home Hardware and straight back, and it's like the gauge is like way down, like less than half, and it's slowing down. So like I say, they were cheap batteries. They didn't cost me much. Oh my goodness. So I forgot when I got the new hub bolts. I want to get new. I don't have any new washers because I got these for them too. This is all that was holding the hub on, the lock washer, and I forgot I didn't have any of those. So I went out to Home Hardware, got the fuses for Martin, and grabbed a couple more washers. Of course, I forgot to take my hub bolt with me, so what I did was just made sure it fit in the hole, which it does. So now I gotta see if the washer will fit on the hub bolt itself. And it does. Okay, we're good. We are good. I'm gonna start with all new bolts and washers and stuff. Too much walking. So apparently they have a fuse that's blown on the stove, and they still got the little glass screw-in fuses. And I didn't know where to find those. I looked. The last time I saw them, I think it was when I was working at Walmart, and there was like 2 in a pack. They were in like a little blister pack that hung on a card, I guess you could say, that hung on a pegboard. That's what I was looking for. No, they're in boxes now. Box of 4. Little square box. Oh my goodness. Okay, so I scraped that up as best I could. But like I say, I created quite a rust cloud doing that, so I had to stop. Oh, and get some fresh air. So I'm going to switch to my wire wheel now and put everything back. I had to move everything to get the scooter out. So I'll put everything back in place. I'm going to set the timer again. Continue on. It actually looks pretty good already. I just got to get into the little nooks and crannies and then... Okay, so I'm probably out of focus because this is manual. Let's fix the screen. I'm upside down. There we go. Can I stay recording? Yes, it is. Manual focus here. Okay. Oop. Come on. Why are you not? That stupid light in the background again. As soon as I let go, it loses focus again. Oh well. Not worried about it. So, I'm not sure what I missed. The battery died in my other camera. I got thinking a couple days ago, I don't remember the last time I charged that battery. I move that stupid light's not behind me. Oh my goodness. Never fails. Anyway, let's set the camera down here. Oh, jeez. I give up. What you're seeing isn't important. What you're hearing is. So, like I say, I have no idea what I missed. I just suddenly noticed the camera wasn't on anymore and it wouldn't start up. So, battery's dead. So I had to get washers for the hub. The only thing that was holding the hubs on right now, because the other washers got, because of the moving around and everything, the washers just kind of get bent into like a cone shape. So I didn't have any at the time. So it was just a lock washer holding it on. So I had forgot that I needed those. So when I went up to Home Hardware, I got fuses for Martin, and I got a couple of those lock washers. If I've already said this story, but I don't know where it ended, so I'm going to say it again. So, forgot to take the actual hub bolt with me. I just made sure the washer would fit inside the hub, which it did. And I just checked, and the hub bolt actually fits in the washer good now, so we're all good that way. What the heck am I seeing? It's I don't know. Oh, it's my lights. Okay. The light here reflecting off the mirror in the celebrity's mirror there. I thought Martin had his light shining and opened the door at me. So everything's good now. I got that cleared off nicely, created that nice dust cloud, which I had to take a break from as much as I could. This actually looks pretty good now. I just got to get into the little nooks and crannies with the wire wheel, and I know that part didn't get recorded because that's the last thing I said. So I guess that's it. Get everything set up again. Guess I had to move everything and put the wire wheel in the drill and continue on. I have to finish this today. I don't have a choice. So, Blythe is getting a call right now. I don't know what it is. All of a sudden I realized there was static. I took the scanner outside and I could actually hear what they were saying. The last thing I heard was about 500 feet away. So I don't know what they're responding to, but usually when they say something like that, it's a grass fire or something. So I don't know. But I'm going to start with this, my smallest one, to get in these little tiny little corners, because I can't just put this directly in the drill because the truck gets in the way. So I got this. I was going to use the one that's in my impact driver, but it won't come out. And somebody even told me, he said, you got to pull forward on it. No, it won't release. It's locked in there somehow, and I'm not going to play with that right now. So I'm going to use my little one first to get in these tiny little corners as best I can. This is probably going to fall out 100 times, but so be it. I'll just roll back in. I have to get some work done here. A lot of leverage on that. No wonder. This might not be a good idea. We'll see what happens. It actually works. Gives me something to hold it with. So the camera's on a weird angle because charger cord is plugged in. I went upstairs and grabbed it. So I figured I'll charge it up while I'm taking a break. I'm sitting there. All of a sudden my lights shut off. I was like, what the heck? So I come over and the little USB thing here. Okay, the light it would come on. The light on here would come on, then it'd go off, it'd come on, fade out. And it'd come on, go off, come on, fade out. I was like, what the heck? So this, I went to pick it up and it's like really hot. So this couldn't handle the power that this camera needed. So I remembered I had that one. And I didn't have to look very far because it was sitting right on top. It's like 2.4 amps, so I can handle that no problem. Ow. So, oh my god, that hurts my back. So, I can let this charge up while I'm doing everything else, and then, I talk. But it hasn't been plugged in that long, so, I'll let it charge up a little more before I unplug it to talk. So I started putting everything together, all my washers and everything that I was going to need, and the little washers that I got wouldn't fit the bolt. I was like, oh no. I never even thought to check. Because I did everything in order. I did the largest washer to the smallest, and I was using my phone, took a picture of the tag, rather than, writing all these stupid numbers on the bag, plastic, little paper bag. So that's the way I do it. I just take a picture of the tag and show it to them, when I get to cash out. So for whatever reason, I didn't check to see if those... I just matched the washer size to the old one. The outer diameter, I hadn't even thought about the middle one. Everything else I checked. So I have my little plastic container with the assorted washers in it. So I looked and I actually found a couple that fit. So I don't have to go back to Home Hardware again. It's 10 to 5 now. They probably close at 5. In Hanover, Home Hardware stayed open till Thursday. Stayed open till 7 on Thursdays for contractors and that. So I don't know if ours does or not. But I'm not going to take a chance on going out there again. I am so worn out and I'm not even done yet. I gotta finish painting once I'm done this. So I have got quite a bit done now. I'm not going to do a whole lot. All I'm really doing is getting the worst of the rust off and any paint that's flaking. That's all I'm going to worry about. Because I'm using rust paint anyways. Trim clad, I can paint that right over rust. It's not a big deal. And I just want to get rid of the flaky paint because it'll collect moisture underneath it and cause, more rust. And there's a lot that, I can't reach through here without knocking everything over. like inside these tubes, I'll never be able to get the rust out of those inside here because it's got all these bars have holes in them, like I've pointed out before. So all the salt water gets inside and it's going to rust from the inside out. But this isn't too bad because these bars are actually pretty thick compared to what I've got on there for like the roll bar and that. They're pretty thin. So it should take a while for these to rust. Ow. To rust through. And the bumper bars were pretty thin too. That's why they rotted all the way through. I got everything there. These are the slider bolts. I got the really big washer that goes on to the slider here. It's got its own thing on the back. So I didn't need to hold the camera level here. I don't need to put anything on the back because it's already set up for that. But I need the big washer on the front, which is what this one will be. And like I say, I matched up all the sizes of what I was already using anyways. Ow. So I think, aside from, I think I'm already done. I think I'm pretty much done with this one. Oh, there's... I'm alright until I bend over like that. Oh, that hurts. Which is why I've been on my knees all this time, because then I'm not, putting all that extra stress on my back. So I think I'm pretty much done with that. I'm gonna take the wire wheel to this and get what I can. Whoa. And then, I'll put the big wire wheel on for that. And then, I don't know where my paint stir sticks are. So, instead of stirring the paint, I'm going to have to shake the can. And then take a break before I start painting. Oh my goodness, I was worried today when I woke up. I was dizzy when I woke up. Yeah, I did, especially if I look to the left. Like I got my phone sitting on the shelf to the left, and if I looked off to the left, I was getting really dizzy. I was actually kind of worried. But that seems to have gone away, thankfully. Because if that kept up, I wouldn't be doing this right now. But I seem to be good. But my GERD is like, it's just killing me. It has so much pain. It hurts a lot. But that itself, it won't keep me from doing this. It's just kind of keeping me from talking a little bit. So I'm going to switch to a bigger wire wheel and get what's done under there and call it quits for that. And then get my paint out and put a coat of primer on. Let it sit and come back tomorrow and finish the job. Put some paint on. I'd kind of like to paint my tires, my rims at the same time, considering, they're off right now. I don't know. They don't really need paint. They're not bad. The very edge of the rim is kind of scraped up, but I might just clean them up and just paint my red stripe around. That'll cover up the part that's scraped. The rest is probably okay for now. I don't know. I'll see when I get to that point. Because if I could paint everything that needs to be painted black, if I could do it all at once with one paintbrush, then I'm good. So, we'll see what's up. Okay, I've unplugged this from the charger, and it's making sure it's recording. And it's just 3 out of 4 bars, so I should be okay here. So I just created another rust cloud, but I'm happy with what I got. The roll bar actually doesn't look too bad from underneath. Any cracks that I'm seeing, that's just paint chipping. But strangely, the underside, where all the salt gets sprayed onto, is actually pretty clean. I did remember seeing something when I was in Wingham, so I went look on this side. See, the top is rustier than the bottom. I don't understand that at all. But it's still good, right? Like I said, these aren't very thick bars, so, you know, I'm sure they're rotting from the inside. And then I come over to this side, and I think this is what I saw. There is actually a crack here. So at some point in time, I am going to have to do something with this. Because you can see, well, I don't know if you can see, this side's okay, but the crack starts right about here, goes around, and then starts going up the bar. I don't know if you can see that or not. So it's cracked right here and up there. So any backwards, oh, for Pete's sake, come on. Okay, that was my fault. I hit the zoom button by mistake. So any any pushing back is actually moving that, and it's spreading it. So if I get stuck in the winter time and I have to pull back on the roll bar, that's probably going to break. So I definitely have to do something with that, but I don't have to do that now because I'm only working on the bottom. I can do this while the monster is together and drivable. I'm going to have to, I don't know if I'm going to have to weld a piece of steel over that. Probably. Yeah, I'll take a look at it once I clean it up. Once it's all together and sitting on the ground, not on the stands, then I can actually pull back on the roll bar and... Look at that flex. I don't even know where that's flexing, you know what? I've noticed that before. The whole thing flexes. Somewhere in this area here. Because I noticed that before, the roll bar moves a lot more than it used to. But it's actually the frame flexing right in this area somewhere. Not good. But it's like, what, 9 years old now? So, I'm not surprised. I am not surprised. So I'm going to take another break. I created another rust cloud here. And we're still going here. The light is still on. I don't know what you can see there. Now you can see it. So it's handling, keeping this camera charged and the 2 lights. It's handling that okay. I just can't plug this camera into it. I get it plugged into the other one there. So I am going to take a break. Did I stop recording? Yes, I did. So I'm going to take a break, let this charge up a little bit more. And I thought, okay, I have to look for my paint. I thought I put it in there. I know I was going to put it in there. I was going to put all my paint in there. Oh no. Oh no. Okay. This might be an issue. That's all can paint. Oh jeez. You know what? I think I know where they are. I think they are in one of these. I don't know why I'm thinking that, but I kind of remember. I don't think it's that one. It's not heavy enough. Okay, I can't do that with one hand. I will be back. So, as you know, my projects rarely go without a hitch. And my glasses are fogged up now. Goggles. I don't see my paint. And I think, that's my 15-minute timer. I think they're upstairs in my bedroom. I'm pretty sure they are. Because I kind of think I didn't want them to freeze, so I left them inside. I think they were inside when I was in Wingham, and they're inside now. So I don't have a choice. I gotta go look for them. I have to finish this before I go in today. Okay. So that USB thing overheated again. So without this plugged into it. So it's only got 3 USB ports on it. So I'm gonna plug, I don't know. That camera shouldn't still be charging. So it must not have much power output at all on it. So I'm gonna plug that camera into the one that this is plugged into and just plug the 2 lights into it. Everything's off right now, let it cool down. So I was so angry. Can't find my paint anywhere. I went to everything out here, every box, upstairs, any box that I thought it would be in, no. So I'll come down, it's got to be out here. So I know it's not in these because this is all chemical stuff, which is why I thought it would be in there, because that's where I usually put all my chemicals in there, anything that might spill if it falls over. Found my paintbrushes. I found my red paint that I'll need for the rims. And I found my stapler and staples. So that was a plus. But I'm looking, it's like, I was like, where the heck would it be? As I went through every box, I pulled everything out of every box. And I got to, where did I put it? Somewhere, oh here it is. And that box ripped because all the weight's at the far end of it. So I saw this is all my straps and everything. So I decided to check underneath. I pulled this side up and I was like, oh, that's where my stapler was. I never would have thought of looking in there for the stapler. So I'm done. I've gone through everything here. Can't find anything. And I'm sitting here trying to think. I look back there. I look everywhere under here. I moved everything from here. Not here. Not under here. Not up in that shelf. I looked in there again. I looked in there. Where are they? So I'm standing here. After going through all this, I'm now exhausted. I'm angry because I can't stop this now. This has to be done tonight. Otherwise, who knows when I'm going to get back to it, right? I don't want to do it. I don't feel like doing it, but it has to be done. I've started. I'm not going to quit till it's done. So now I'm pissed. Angry. And I'm sitting there thinking, where the heck else would it be? And as I'm standing here thinking, do you see them? They're there. Right in plain view. But I never looked in there because it does not look big enough. This box doesn't look big enough. I thought they were taller cans. Oh jeez. So I found them. So now I gotta take a break because I'm worn out from going up the stairs, downstairs, and moving things around. So I'm gonna let this cool down a bit, and I'm just gonna the white wire here is my camera. So I'm going to plug it in over here with this one. Okay. Okay, it's got power. And I'm just going to leave this for these two lights, because these are LED lights, I don't use a lot of power anyway. Garbage that they sell these days, I tell ya. So I'm going to take a break. Wait to get a little bit of energy back. And then break out a paintbrush. And start making everything primer gray. Well, mission accomplished. I don't think I missed anything. I didn't notice till after I turned the camera off that I missed the spring, where the spring mounts. I missed the inside of that, so I got that now. So if I missed anything else, I'll have to get it when I paint it black. Well, that's done. Got underneath done. Basically what I could see. Now I didn't get all of this because parts inside here I can't reach with the brush. There's just no way to get around those angles. I'll have to take it completely apart, which I'm not going to do. And my brush is soaking in Versol. So hopefully I can use the same brush again tomorrow. Seems to be working. So I'm going to let that sit overnight. Oh my goodness. How dirty my hands are. I don't know if you can see on the camera. They're like brown. That's all rust dust. The legs probably, oh, the legs aren't too bad. I'm happy now. I got done what I wanted to do. I didn't think I was going to get that far, but suppose I'm not going to worry about it. I thought maybe I could clean up one of my hubs, get it all primed up and painted too, but I'm not going to worry about it. Okay, I'm going to flip my viewing screen around so I can see myself. And this time it decided it didn't want to turn off. Okay, like I said, sometimes it does, sometimes it doesn't. So I was just kind of pushing it towards the end there. It's like fighting myself. I say, I gotta get this done. I gotta get this done. I had this stupid fly that was bugging me the whole time. It was driving me insane. I wanted to hit it with the paintbrush. Here, let that stick to you. I'll probably come out tomorrow and there'll be a fly stuck in the paint anyway. Get off my camera. Oh my goodness. So I'm happy. I honestly didn't think I was going to be able to finish this today. But I pushed myself, so chances are I'm not going to be able to finish this tomorrow. It's probably going to take me a couple of days to recover. So I got a little bit of cleanup to do. Not a lot. Pack my cameras up. Take everything upstairs. Eat. And probably go to sleep. I don't know. But I'm happy. Go away, fly. I am very happy. I think there's only... No, there's two. Because I got one on my arm and I just saw one fly by. Go away. Arrgh. Insects, they can ruin an otherwise perfect day. Not that today was perfect by any means, but you know what I'm trying to say. So, I'm not going to talk too much more. I have no idea how long this video is going to be. When I do sped up video of my projects, I never know how long this is going to be, because I don't know how long I'm going to speed them up. Whatever I'm trying to say. Either way, I'm happy now. I got accomplished what I wanted to get accomplished, and the monster is now one step closer to being back on the road.